guys, it's Kimirafer and today we're gonna dissect the new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare reveal trailer. Every time a trailer drops for this game, I'm gonna dissect it into detail and try to give as much information to you as I can gathering from the trailer. So I won't have any audio, for you at least. Reason for that is copyrighted music, that's all. So here we just see a couple of spaceships. That's some things worth noting. And yeah, of course, here we can see, of course, helmets look futuristic. We have the spaceships, and you see here 2 grenades, and here as well, which is not out of the ordinary. Like, it's usual to carry grenades there. But the interesting thing is, it looks like either a flashbang or a smoke grenade, so at least we know one of those two is coming back. And then also here, I'll just make this tiny, we have a logo. And that is, I think, the STF logo, but I'm not too sure. But on the other hand, there's also a logo here. We do have coordinates here, someone will figure it out. I don't have the time to figure it out, so yeah, let's continue. So here, if we go back a second, we have a quick snap of, well, 3 soldiers or 2 soldiers posing. And the thing I want you to notice is a P90 or whatever it is. It kind of looks like a P90. This looks more like a shotgun with a long barrel, or it's a gun with a giant suppressor. That's also a possibility. So let's continue. Nothing special there. Here we have some more coordinates. Again, a spaceship and a guy standing right there, but not that we can really make out anything of him. City-wise, I'd say this looks like Paris. Yeah, this actually is Paris. I've been there, and there's only one city where this is. So I'll get my circle back, and oh, I didn't want to move it. Sorry for that. Oh, come on, don't be a jerk. There you go. There's only one place where this type of building is, and that's Paris. It's Haussmannian building. If you have any history, you know, Haussmann. Anyway, that's also the point where you can see the typical window and then the notched roof, and it's only 90-degree corners in the buildings. Yeah, okay, granted, this looks a bit different, but that's to be expected. Now there's a lot more freedom of building in Paris, but there we see, this is Paris. Okay, this is really disorienting with the mouse, sorry. Okay, there we didn't really see a lot. So this looks like a skyline of something like New York. That was a spaceship and more spaceships. Not really anything to make out of these images. Also, I think this is Paris again. And the loss of signal, which means there will be a bomb set off there. Keep in mind, this is all, as far as we know, this is only campaign footage. This is not representative of the multiplayer. So here, of course, the confirmation, it's Infinity Ward, as to be expected. And here, confirmation, it was actually a bomb. Looks like a nuke or a biological weapon. And with a yellowish color, so that could indicate a nuke, could indicate a biological weapon. But what's to be noted is there's actually a breeze and a quite rapid wind going through the shots, as you can see with these pieces of paper, and that makes me lean more towards a nuke side. So let's go further into the thing. Okay, this is something else. This guy is running really weird, and it seems to me he's a zombie. We already know zombies are the 3rd game mode. It's a co-op game mode called Zombies. Don't ask me why they actually made it to rip it off Treyarch, and they'll have a lot of backlash of people asking for zombies and Infinity Ward games in the first place. But anyway, that's a topic for another time. So yeah, we can clearly see this guy's running really weird, or he's being a zombie, or he's looking behind him like someone is following him. Here we see some high res footage, mostly of this gun that again seems like a P90, and here a robot. That's also a thing we're noting, and you'll see there's a lot through the trailer. There are a lot of robots in this game, and they seem to fight on the good side, or your side as far as we know, and the bad side. Flag here, I don't know what flag it is, but it's near to Nepal, I think. It's not Nepal itself, but it's somewhere near it. I think it's not really a flag you see a lot, or it's a new country, which is also a possibility because this is in the future. So here again, we've got some fighting shots, same girl as in the last shot. There seems to be a robot or something here. This guy's just standing there. So carrying away some, well, wounded men. They seem like Marines, or at least reasonably well trained army men. And here again, we see a logo. So I'll try to get it back in the circle. So here we have a logo, and just look at the facial expression. It's really well done. Seems like it's really good footage, and most important thing of all in this shot, there's a watermelon there. But who doesn't like melons? Okay, so here we have another logo. This logo keeps on coming back in jetpacks. Don't ask me why. It kind of looks like a, well, Atlas logo, but it also might just be, it looks like it's an exclamation mark in a two-sided triangle, like where the bottom is gone. So it might just be a caution sign, but it might also just be a emblem. So the location here, obviously underground, and it's a cellar. You can see it because there are some, here we have some beer vats, so that's how you can see this is in a cellar, so most likely in a densely populated area. So you see our soldier going outside, and there are a lot of spaceships. We don't really see anything special here. Okay, this, I do want to point this out. Okay, why? Okay, my internet is going a bit slowly. I just want to point out this, and this might be a prominent feature in the campaign, the hand. This looks like it's not a cinematic, but it's actually a gameplay itself, and he's waving his hand. What this tells me, this tells me we'll have commendable troops in a campaign. So where you might just say, hey, go there, whatever. You are the squad leader. That's what it tells me. So yeah, there's a lot of deceased people here, and yeah, it's just quick shots of the battle, but not really enough to make anything clear out of it. But in a little while we do see these guys, and I'll get it back into the circle, with thrusters. Now this might only be campaign, but then I've seen a statement from Infinity Ward where they say the multiplayer is built around good flowing movement, but futuristic, but with a high, like they did say the engagements are made to be horizontal, so on the same plane, however you want to say it. They want the engagements to be feet on the ground, whatever. So there we saw a Warthog, again a nuke, and this is weird to me. So we see his cap flying off, but the guy is just falling down. But we do know there's gibbing in the game, so basically blowing off like arms, legs, feet, and so on. But this doesn't happen here, so there obviously will be a filter for it. Again, here we have a logo from the SDF, as you can see right here. I think those are the bad guys. I don't really know. Like, I haven't gone up on it all that much. Throwing a grenade, and yeah, there it explodes. And here we can see gibbing, parts of his body and a severed leg. So there we have just something crashing. Maybe it's just a plane that was destroyed, but we do see a logo here, and the same thing I pointed out earlier. It's the partly triangle with an exclamation mark in red. Maybe it's returning team for caution. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. So here we have some sort of plane doing like a strafing run. Out of a scientific standpoint, it's like plasma jets or something coming out of it. I don't know. Gun-wise, we don't really see a lot here, but we do see a lot of equipment on their backs. That's also a thing that points towards more of a futuristic movement style. And one more thing, and this is totally campaign related. Look at flags. It seems inspired by the United Nations logo, but then space-wise. So it means there's probably other planets, like maybe Mars or something. I don't know how it would work because of the gravity and such. But we do see these flags representing like a united organization about Earth or other planets. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back into the trailer. And yeah, just cars exploding, same as every Call of Duty. Again, a plane landing for this time, and you can actually get into it. So it might just be like one mission where you fly in the plane. Might also like be a recurring theme. And I'll just get it back a couple of frames. Come on, don't screw me over. Okay, here we can clearly see this is Paris. Just by the building style, we can see it's Paris. Same here, it's even more prominently here. But it is kind of changed. We don't see an Eiffel Tower, probably because it's in the back. And one thing I also do notice here, Sato or Sat-D, I think it's Sato. So it might be a constructor. I don't know, it might just be the company that created this plane, or it might actually be a person or a faction. We don't know. So there we also saw some spaceships leaving into space, and here again. Okay, just out of a scientific standpoint, these things must have a lot of trust in such a small engine. Because if they wouldn't have a lot of trust, well, A, they wouldn't get into space that fast, and 2, they would stall, make him fall back down to Earth. There we see a lot of enemy spaceships, something that looks like a Star Wars ship, and it explodes. Also saw down there on Earth, I think it was America we saw, it's not that easy to see, and yeah, maybe it'll even be a little altered Earth to accommodate for like global warming and such. Anyway, there's not really a lot to see here. I did want to point this out. Either this is debris close to the sun, or this is Phobos. But it kind of looks like Phobos. It's one of the tiniest moons in our solar system. It's the moon of Mars, and it's basically a meteorite stuck in orbit. But one thing you can see right here is a base. So that also hints towards interplanetary combat. But then again, this is really close to the sun, so that might also be on Mercurius or Venus. So yeah, I think it'll rather be Mercurius, because Venus has a way too thick atmosphere that's not present here. Mercurius doesn't have any atmosphere. So yeah, and we also can see a dropship there, kind of looking like the Halo Reach Pelican, or basically in the whole Halo series. And again here, we're on a base, there's a fight going on. a lot of explosions, and yeah. Okay, so here we have a space scene. It looks epic, visually really appealing. Again, this looks like another planet. It looks like Mars, maybe Mercurius, and there's a giant planet here in the background, which also could be, like, you could wager Jupiter because of the color, but then again it's kind of blurred by the atmosphere, which is kind of dirty on this planet. Okay, so here we have the same flag, same girl, and a weapon which says KB right there. It'll probably just be a weapon constructor. And here, yeah, English troops. This kind of looks like Cormac from the Advanced Warfare campaign, but they don't integrate those two. So yeah, then here TR might just be like a sector or something aboard the ship or building, whatever. Here, confirmation, we will have space battles, 2 dead guys floating in space, a lot of debris, and a robot, I think. Yeah, that's a robot there. Okay, so a tank and what looks like a one-man suit, like power armor suit. And here again, confirmation, most blatant confirmation of space combat. You grapple onto a guy, pull him in, and you destroy him. You see all the oxygen being released from his helmet you just broke into the air, and yeah. Okay, so this, yeah, okay, here, same emblem with the triangle, the exclamation mark, the red piece, and this is the same girl, I think, because of the flag. Again, the same gun. Mr. Cormac, Englishman dude, and here again, Sato. So they might just be a huge company building things for militaries, or again, it might be a antagonist, a protagonist, or a faction, whatever. And here, this is a part that tells me robots are going to be really prevalent in this game. You can see this robot clearly trying to save you, the player, by throwing you inside the spaceship. Whether the robot manages to get in there, we don't know. And frankly, it'll probably be yes. Yes, indeed he does. So here there's a big explosion and a robot is charging at you, probably confirming that there will also be enemy robots. There again, a one-man suit with rocket launchers right here, and a spaceship leaving. So this is probably an protagonist, excuse me, and we see a lot of names here. They might, the names themselves will probably be developers, but what I do get from this is that there will be like a little backstory or earlier vision where a lot of people died. Maybe this connects with the nuke in Paris we saw earlier, or the bomb, and these are all people who, according to the game, died there. So here we see, well, Saturn, and this might actually be the planet we saw in the background earlier, with on one of his rocky moons. Might be what moons do we have there? Titan, Europe, those moons. It could be any of them. There is some cloud forming here, or maybe it's a really thick sulfuric atmosphere. We don't know, like the game will probably tell us about it, but it does seem there will be activity on this moon. And then just some more aesthetic shots. The Call of Duty Infinite Warfare and release date, the 4th of November 2016. And here, the iconic Captain Price remastered, again with a cigar, and the first real mission of Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare Remastered. And here, well, you all know the sentences he's gonna say. He's gonna put on his mask, stay frosty. You rappel down onto the boat, You go in there. Oh, this is the M1. That was the M1 Abrams. We saw on the bog. That's I think there's a mission called Warpake with that tank and the one before it as well. So here we have the boat exploding where you find the information of a nuke. And this shot is incredible. There have been a lot of photos comparing this. This is indeed the first mission where you play as, I think it was Sergeant Jackson, or whatever his, well, he was called Jackson. He was the US Marine, and they go in to capture Al-Assad. Originally this looked way worse. You can actually kill the friendlies on the further ones of these choppers. There's a lot more of cleaning up work in the background. It's way easier to see the harbor, and the water looks kind of realistic. So here again, the same boat mission. Seems like they only show off 2 missions a lot from the Modern Warfare Remastered. This is a mission just before the Warpake. It's a first night mission in Call of Duty 4. Basically, it's getting to a rendezvous point where you meet up with the stranded tank. Here we have night vision, and something that kind of struck me as either good and bad is look at the way the AK kicks. It seems like there's like a natural kick to it, or more unpredictability. And yeah, here we see pre-order the Legacy Edition, $80, and yeah, Infinite Warfare and a Modern Warfare Remastered campaign plus 10 multiplayer maps. And again, only 10 multiplayer maps, probably all we're gonna get, no DLC, most likely.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's